is able to find Lake. He made a nice little dart ahead of the ball initially to be able to get possession. Megson doing likewise. Oh, and David White! It's a splendid goal! That was Lake's pass. And Megson taking it first time, a delightful cross, and steered in by White. Redmond crossed it. Oh, and Brian Marwood swept it in. And Redmond wonders why he did that. Arsenal are level, and Manchester City have played a major part in the goal. 3 minutes into the second half, and Redmond thought he'd find his own goalkeeper here, but all he found was Brian Marwood, and that was real opportunism. 1-1. Well played, Michael Thomas. Hayes, no offside. Campbell, this is the best of the chances, and Campbell and Dibble, who had such trauma last week, is showing off his talent this week.
With Liverpool on FA Cup duty, Aston Villa had the chance to regain the First Division leadership and perhaps a bit of momentum after those shattering defeats by Wimbledon and Coventry. Tony Daly's game is all about momentum. Just ask Tim Allpress, Luton number 3, making his debut at fullback. He was as much a spectator as the rest of us, as Daly scored a wonderful individual goal. Villa have looked anything but potential champions over the past couple of weeks. Luton offered little resistance though. John Dreher's error allowed David Platt to collect Paul McGrath's lob and ensure that Villa collected the points as they reclaimed top spot. Forest and Coventry were meeting for the third time in a month, so it might have been reasonable to think that familiarity would lead to a tight, tense contest. But then Torvalda Orligson's underhit back pass allowed Kevin Gallagher to score in the second minute, and all those assumptions went out the window. It had been a good week up until that point for Brian Clough. The Forest manager learned before this game he was to be awarded an honorary master's degree by Nottingham University. His mood soured though, as his defenders continued to flunk the simplest of tests. It's common knowledge that David Speedy's a great header of the ball, but it appears those in red hadn't done their homework. Forest 2 down, 13 minutes gone. Coventry profited twice more in the second half. David Smith, who provided the cross for the second, setting up the third for Kevin Drinkle. An effective link-up between the two players who scored against Aston Villa last weekend. With Wednesday night's late defeat at Luton now just a memory, the visitors had the platform for a bit of showboating. Drinkle giving Speedy the opportunity to perform his party piece. The lob unstoppable, Clough's response probably unrepeatable. Coventry by now were on course to climb to 6th place, level on points with Forest, although the home side did at least salvage a degree of pride in the final 12 minutes. Some neat build-up play to work the ball across the pitch. David Curry making his full debut for the club, scoring to make it 4-1. It was all academic by this stage and not in the sense that Clough would have preferred. Forest did pull another one back, Gary Crosby probing down the right, before Brian Laws, given the space to try a long-range shot, struck one straight out of the Stuart Pearce repertoire, the ball bouncing out off the stanchion, but it was a goal without the need for Nigel Clough to make sure. Tony Dorigo's free kick tested Brian Gunn in the first half, on a day Chelsea perhaps had one eye on securing a trip to Wembley in the Zenith Data Systems Cup. Strong winds at Stamford Bridge made fluent football difficult. Norwich's best chance came with 6 minutes left. Robert Fleck thought he was about to score, and then Malcolm Allen got in his way. Plenty of time to discuss it on the bus home, chaps. Charlton set out to frustrate Tottenham, only to be undone as they went on the attack themselves. An unsuccessful handball appeal there against John Polston, who suddenly saw his chance. Holston brought Lineker and Naeem into the play and kept on running. You'd never guess this was his first senior goal from the coolness of the finish. You probably would from the celebration. With his side one down at the break, Charlton manager Lenny Lawrence had to gamble and left the wide open spaces in which Gary Lineker thrives. Some centre-forwards might freeze given this much time to think in a one-on-one. Not Gary. The two-goal cushion gave Tottenham the confidence to play with a little more fluency. Their third goal came from Paul Allen's cross, converted by David Howells. Charlton, 6 points from safety and without a reliable goalscorer, need a miracle. Perhaps Southampton were still smarting from last week's home defeat by Chelsea. They certainly looked as if they meant business against Derby. No messing about from Rod Wallace. That was the first of 2 goals in the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Francis Benali attacking from left back and Matthew Le Tissier taking advantage of Derby defending that left Peter Shilton deeply unimpressed. Southampton have lost only twice at home all season, and there was never really any danger of Chelsea's dramatic comeback being replicated here, even though Mark Patterson's cross was swept in by Dean Saunders with 10 minutes left. Everton's task now is to salvage what they can from their season after their FA Cup ambitions were ended by Oldham at the weekend. Tony Cottee was closer than anyone else to giving them a much-needed lift at Old Trafford on Wednesday. That was as adventurous as the visitors got, though. United still very much on course in the FA Cup, bursting forward. Mark Hughes drawing the first of a series of saves from the excellent Neville Southall. Hughes failed to emerge for the second half because of a calf problem. He'll miss Sunday's match against Liverpool, but even without him, United's chances kept coming. Southall frustrating Mark Robins this time, and the goalkeeper wasn't finished there. United, in need of league points, certainly didn't lack effort or ingenuity. Brian McClare trying the subtle approach. Robins couldn't adjust himself to convert the rebound. Norman Whiteside, on his return to Old Trafford, inadvertently set up United's clearest opportunity late on, but McClare, United's cup match winner last Sunday, found Southall an impassable barrier again. The striker can only hope for more luck against Bruce Grobbelaar and co. It's not hard to see where Norwich's problems lie. They've scored just 5 league goals since Christmas. Andy Townsend hit the post in the first half on Wednesday, but otherwise Coventry did everything that was asked of them defensively, with the home side by and large restricted to long-range shooting. Malcolm Allen denied here by Steve Grizovic. The home supporters in Carrow Road's lowest league crowd of the season went away disappointed, despite Robert Fleck's second half attempt to twist himself into a scoring position. Coventry's point lifts them up to 4th, their highest league placing since September.